Welcome to English Mindset, the podcast where you can practice, improve, and speak English with confidence. My name is Jessica, and I will be your host and guide for today's lesson. In this episode, we are going to focus on a very important skill: how to talk about yourself in English. Now, you may be wondering, why do we need to practice this? Well, think about the moments in your life when you meet new people. What is the very first thing they usually ask you? Very often it is something simple like, "What's your name?" or "Where are you from?" These are small questions, but they are the starting point of every conversation. Let's imagine another situation. Maybe you are in a job interview. The interviewer looks at you and asks, "Can you tell me about yourself?" For many people, this is the very first question, and how you answer it can create a strong impression. If you can respond clearly and confidently, you will immediately sound more professional and prepared. It's the same when you make new friends, join a class, or meet colleagues. You will always need to talk a little about yourself. That's why learning how to introduce yourself is one of the most useful and practical skills in English. In today's episode, I will take you step by step through a simple structure that you can use anytime. We will learn basic words, easy grammar, and short sentences that are perfect for beginners. I will also share my own self-introduction so you can hear a real example and practice with me. By the end of this lesson, you will feel more confident and ready to share your story in English. Alright, let's begin. Before we go into the practical steps, let's stop for a moment and ask a simple question: why is it so important to learn how to talk about yourself in English? The truth is, this single skill can open many doors for you in daily life, in education, and even in your career. Let's explore the main reasons one by one. 1. Introductions and first impressions. Whenever you meet someone new, the very first exchange is usually about you. You say your name, your country, or your job. These short details may seem small, but they create a powerful first impression. If you can express them smoothly in English, you will immediately appear confident and friendly. People will want to continue the conversation with you because they feel you are clear and easy to understand. 2. Professional and academic situations. Another reason is interviews, presentations, or formal meetings. In many job interviews, the first question is almost always, "Can you tell me about yourself?" This is not just small talk. Employers want to know if you can introduce yourself clearly and professionally. The same applies when you meet a teacher, a professor, or join a new class. A strong self-introduction shows that you are prepared, organized, and ready to participate. 3. Making friends and building relationships. Communication is not only for work. When you meet classmates, neighbors, or people at social events, you often begin by sharing personal information such as your hobbies, your family, or your interests. This is how relationships start. By talking about yourself, you give others the chance to connect with you, find things in common, and build trust. 4. Confidence in using English. Talking about yourself is also a great way to build confidence. Why? Because you already know the subject very well, it's your own life. You don't need to memorize difficult facts or complicated topics. You simply share what you do, what you like, and what you want in the future. Practicing this familiar content helps you focus on speaking fluently without fear of mistakes. 5. A starting point for fluency. Finally, self-introduction is the beginning of real conversation. Once you can talk about yourself, it becomes much easier to ask questions to others and to continue the dialogue. For example, if you say, "I enjoy reading," the other person might answer, "Really? I like reading too." And suddenly, you have a natural conversation. In short, learning to introduce yourself is not just about giving information. It is about creating connections, opening opportunities, and building confidence every time you speak English. Now that we understand why self-introduction is so important, let's move on to something very practical, a simple structure you can follow every time you need to talk about yourself. Many learners often ask, "What should I say first? What comes next?" To make it easy, I have created a 6-step checklist. If you follow this order, you will always sound clear, natural, and confident. Step 1. Name and basic information. Always begin with the easiest part, your name. You can say, "My name is Anna," or simply, "I'm Anna." If you want to add a little more, you can include your age or one simple fact. For example, "I'm 24 years old," or "I'm from a small town." This is a friendly and quick way to start. Step 2. Where you are from. Next, tell people about your hometown or country. This gives your listener a picture of your background. You can say, "I'm from Brazil," or "I live in Paris, France." If you were born in one place but live somewhere else, you can combine the two. "I was born in Mexico, but now I live in Canada." Step 3. What you do. After that, talk about your current activity, your job, your studies, or your daily work. You might say, "I work as a nurse," or "I study computer science at university." If you are not working or studying, share what you do in daily life, such as, "I take care of my family," or "I'm learning English full-time." Step 4. Your family, optional. Including your family is optional, but it can make your introduction more personal. For example, "I have 2 brothers," or "I'm married and I have 1 daughter." You don't need to share many details, just something short and simple is enough. Step 5. Your interests and hobbies. This is the part where your personality shines. Talk about the things you enjoy in your free time. For example, "I like reading and playing football," or "I enjoy cooking and watching movies." These details make you more relatable and give others a chance to find common interests with you. Step 6. Your goals and dreams. Finally, share your plans for the future. This shows motivation and makes the conversation more interesting. For example, "My dream is to travel the world," or, "In the future, I hope to improve my English and study abroad." And that's it. Just 6 simple steps: name, where you are from, what you do, family, hobbies, goals. You don't need long, complicated sentences. Short and simple is always best. If you use this structure, you will never feel lost when someone asks you, "Can you tell me about yourself?" Now that you know the 6-step structure, let's add some very useful vocabulary and phrases you can use in each part of your introduction. These are simple, beginner-friendly expressions, but they are powerful because you can mix and combine them to create many different self-introductions. 1. Introducing your name. The first step is always to say who you are. Some basic phrases include, My name is David. I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. My name is Jessica. Nice to meet you. These are short, polite, and easy to remember. 2. Talking about where you are from. Here are some simple options. I'm from India. I live in London. I was born in Japan, but now I live in Canada. Adding both birthplace and current location can make your answer more complete. 3. Talking about work or studies. When you want to describe what you do every day, try these. I work as a teacher. I'm a student. I study at Hanoi University. I'm learning English online. Notice that you can keep your sentences very short and still sound natural. 4. Talking about family. Family information is optional, but if you want to include it, use phrases like I have one brother and 2 sisters. I'm married. I live with my family. Just a few words are enough to show a little about your background. 5. Talking about hobbies and interests. This is one of the most fun parts. Try. I like reading. I enjoy cooking. My hobby is painting. In my free time, I play football. Sharing your hobbies makes you more interesting and helps people find things in common with you. 6. Talking about goals and dreams. Finally, share something about your future. I want to become a doctor. My dream is to travel the world. In the future, I hope to speak English fluently. These short expressions are simple, but they allow you to express big ideas. Mini example. Hello, my name is Jessica. I'm from London, and I work as an English teacher. I have one brother. In my free time, I enjoy playing the guitar and watching movies. In the future, I want to travel to Japan. See? Just by combining these small phrases, you can create a clear and friendly introduction. When you talk about yourself, the good news is that you don't need very complicated grammar. In fact, keeping your sentences short and simple makes your introduction clearer and easier to understand. Let's focus on just a few basic tenses that are enough for a strong self-introduction. 1. The simple present tense. This is the most important tense for introducing yourself. We use it to talk about facts, habits, and things that are always true. Examples. I live in Thailand. I work as a driver. I like music. Notice that these sentences are short but complete. Whenever you want to share basic information about your life, the present simple is your best choice. 2. The present continuous tense. We use this tense to describe actions that are happening right now or things you are doing these days. Examples. I'm studying English. I'm working in a hospital. I'm learning how to cook Italian food. This tense is helpful if you want to highlight something temporary or ongoing in your life. 3. The simple past tense. Sometimes you may want to include a past experience in your introduction. The simple past is perfect for this. Examples. I studied at university in 2020. I worked in a bank for 3 years. I lived in my hometown before moving to the city. Using the past tense helps you share your background and experiences that shaped who you are today. 4. The future tense. Finally, many introductions end with your goals or dreams. This is when you use future forms. Examples: I will travel next year. I want to become a doctor in the future. I hope to speak English fluently. These sentences make your introduction more inspiring and show people what motivates you. Keep it simple. One important tip: do not try to use long, complicated grammar. Beginners often feel nervous and want to sound advanced, but long sentences can become confusing. Instead, focus on short, clear statements. For example, crossmark complicated: because I was very interested in technology from my childhood, I decided to study computer science at a famous university. White heavy checkmark simple: I like technology. I study computer science. Practice linking sentences. When you feel ready, you can connect short sentences with simple words such as and, but, because. For example, I like music and I enjoy playing the guitar. I was born in Italy, but now I live in Germany. I study English because I want to travel abroad. With just these 4 tenses, present simple, present continuous, past simple, and future, you already have all the grammar you need to talk about yourself clearly and naturally. Now that we have learned the structure, the vocabulary, and the grammar, let's put everything together into a full self-introduction. I will give you one complete example first, and then we will break it down step by step so you can practice with me. Example self-introduction. Hello everyone, my name is Anna. I'm 25 years old, and I come from Vietnam. Right now, I live in Ho Chi Minh City with my family. I'm a university student, and I study business administration. In my free time, I enjoy reading books, listening to music, and going out with friends. Last year, I worked as a part-time assistant in a small company, and that experience helped me learn more about office work. In the future, I want to become a marketing manager, and I hope to travel to other countries to practice my English and meet new people. Thank you. This is a short introduction, but it already includes all 6 steps we studied earlier. Let's look at them one by one. 1. Greeting and name. The introduction starts with, "Hello everyone, my name is Anna." Always begin with a friendly greeting and your name. This creates a polite and confident first impression. 2. Age and origin. She continues, "I'm 25 years old, and I come from Vietnam." This is basic background information. If you prefer, you can also say, "I was born in Vietnam," or "I'm originally from Hanoi." 3. Current situation. Next, right now, I live in Ho Chi Minh City with my family. This tells people where you are now and adds a little personal detail. 4. Education or work. She says, "I'm a university student, and I study business administration." This is the part where you talk about your job, your studies, or your main daily activity. 5. Hobbies and interests. Then, in my free time, I enjoy reading books, listening to music, and going out with friends. This makes your introduction more personal and shows people a little about your lifestyle. 6. Past and future plans. She adds, "Last year, I worked as a part-time assistant in a small company, and that experience helped me learn more about office work. Here she uses the past tense to share experience. Then she looks forward. In the future, I want to become a marketing manager, and I hope to travel to other countries to practice my English and meet new people. This ending makes the introduction sound complete and positive. Practice tip. After listening to this example, try to create your own version. You don't have to use long sentences. Follow the 6 steps, keep it simple, and speak slowly. With practice, your self-introduction will sound natural and confident. Now that you have learned the structure, the useful vocabulary, and even heard a complete example of self-introduction, it is time to focus on practice. Learning English is not only about understanding the rules, it is about training your mouth, your brain, and your confidence to actually use the language. So let me share with you some effective ways to practice your self-introduction step by step. 1. Practice in small parts. Do not try to memorize one long introduction all at once. Instead, break it into smaller sections. For example, first practice just your greeting and your name. Hello, my name is Anna. Say it 3 or 4 times until it feels natural. Then move to the next part, such as your age and where you are from. Piece by piece, you will feel less pressure and more success. 2. Repeat out loud. When practicing, always speak out loud. Reading silently in your head is not enough because your tongue and mouth need training. Stand in front of a mirror and say each sentence clearly. Pay attention to your facial expressions and your body language. Smiling while introducing yourself will instantly make you sound more confident and friendly. 3. Record your voice. Use your phone to record your introduction. At first, it may feel strange, but this is a powerful tool. When you listen again, you can check your pronunciation, your speed, and whether your sentences are clear. Try to improve little by little each time. 4. Use substitution. Once you have one introduction, don't always repeat it with the same details. Change some parts to practice flexibility. For example, instead of saying, I live in Ho Chi Minh City, try, I live in Hanoi now. Or instead of, I want to become a marketing manager, say, I hope to be an English teacher. This way, you practice vocabulary and sentence patterns at the same time. 5. Time yourself. Set a timer for 30 seconds, 1 minute, or 2 minutes, and see if you can introduce yourself within that time. Sometimes you only have a few seconds in a meeting, and sometimes you have more time in an interview. Practicing with different time limits will prepare you for any situation. 6. Practice with people. Finally, use your introduction in real conversations. Ask a friend, a classmate, or even an online language partner to listen to you. The more you use it in real life, the faster it becomes natural. Remember, practice is not about perfection, it is about progress. Every time you repeat, you build stronger habits and more confidence. Congratulations! You have just completed a full lesson on how to introduce yourself in English. We started with the reasons why self-introduction is so important, then we learned a simple 6-step structure, useful vocabulary and grammar, and finally practiced with a complete example. By now, you should feel more confident and ready to share your story in English. But remember, improvement doesn't happen overnight. Speaking English is like building a muscle. the more you train, the stronger you become. Every time you practice saying your name, where you are from, or what you like to do, you are taking one more step toward fluency. Even short daily practice, just 5 minutes a day, can make a big difference over time. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and they are a natural part of learning. What matters most is your effort and your courage to speak. The more you try, the better you will sound tomorrow compared to today. Confidence is built one sentence at a time. So here is my encouragement to you: take the 6-step model we practiced, create your own version, and start using it today. Introduce yourself in front of a mirror, record your voice, or even better, share your introduction with a friend or in your English class. The more you use it, the more natural it will become. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Learn English Fast. I hope this lesson motivates you to keep learning and practicing every day. Keep going, stay positive, and never forget, you can speak English with confidence. See you in the next lesson.